morning and welcome to the Sewing Box Pin Club Saturday demonstration. I'm going to start this week showing the mug rug for April since I forgot it last month. This month we featured the tulip and the kits are available here at the shop for $3.99. So this is the project that I did for this month. It's called Starshine. It is a cut loose press pattern and I'm going to show you how to make this section of the blocks. The center section, I think that most of you, all of you, will not have any problems with. The tan print and the lighter background color are just squares, and this is just a half square triangle. And I am going to show you later on this bigger half square triangle, but so the center I'm not going to show you how to make because I think most of you already know how to do that. So I'm going to show you the other parts of it. And to do that, we're going to use two different rulers. We're going to use a Starburst 30-degree ruler, and we're going to use a 6.5-inch Creative Grids ruler. So we're going to start by cutting out this tan print, and all you had to do was cut an 11-inch wide by with the fabric strip from the tan fabric. You're going to take your Starburst ruler and you're going to lay it, I think 11 is this way, you're going to lay it here and you're just going to cut out this shape. So this is what you'll have when you're finished. Okay, the next step in the pattern is that you're going to sew together two 5 1/4-inch strips of fabric. And they're both going to be out of the red. This is what you're looking at here on the red and the cream. So to cut that part of the pattern, you're going to lay the white or the cream at the top, up this direction. And you're going to take your Starburst ruler. Now on the Starburst ruler, you've got an A line and a B line. And there you cut two strips out of each color on the width of the fabric because we're going to cut out half of the shapes on the A line and the other half on the B. So what you're going to do, here's the A line that runs this direction. You're just going to lay it on here and put the A, put the line on the seam line this way. So it's going to be right on the seam line and you're going to cut that shape out. And you're just going to cut the whole strip. Then you're going to get your second strip out and you're going to cut the B line. And the B line just runs the opposite direction. You would lay the B line on, you're going to lay the B line on the seam line and you're going to go ahead and cut all of your shapes out. The next part is fairly simple. In fact, I was going to cut one of these. Let's cut a B. Once again, for me, I like to use a rotating mat so that I don't have to move my ruler. I can just rotate my mat. And cut my shape. So there you go. So for the next part of the pattern, you are just going to take the center, you're going to take the center, and you're just going to stitch. And the pattern shows you, once you stitch them together, which direction. You'll just lay it together and you're going to stitch 1/4 inch, of course. The pattern shows you which direction the red should be pointing. And there's actually two different blocks. You obviously are going to have an A block and a B block. Okay. Once you have those all sewn, you're going to take your 6.5-inch ruler and you are going to lay it on the bottom corner. I'll try to pick this up and show you. You're going to line it up on this bottom corner. Now your 1/4 inch line should come right at the point of the tan fabric. Should be where your 1/4 inch is at. So you're going to lay it on here and you're just going to cut a square. And you're going to do the same with the other piece. Okay, then to assemble the quilt, it's just a matter of taking the pieces and putting them in the right direction. And as you can see, the tiny points are going to touch right here. Oh, that won't stay. And then this would be your next piece that's going to go this way. So it's just a matter of assembling the blocks in the right direction around the center that you've already constructed. Now for the half square triangles, I was just going to show you on a larger piece. There's half square triangles here and half square triangles here on the corners. And all I did was cut the size square that the pattern recommends and draw a line down the center of the square. You're going to stitch a 1/4 inch on either side of that line. And then you're going to take a ruler, preferably a longer one, and you're going to lay it on the drawn line and you're going to cut. Now, when you're stitching on either side of that line, it is not a basting stitch. It's actually a stitch. It's actually a sewing stitch, because once you stitch it, when you press it open, and I'll just finger press it, you have your half square triangles. Now, when I was piecing this, and the half square triangles are going to go in the corners. So when I was piecing this, I was looking at the back of the pattern and I'm trying to fit this together, and I was trying to make this point and this point match. Well, they don't. And I figured that out after sewing it together sewing a corner on about 3 times. But if you actually look at the picture on the front of the pattern, that block actually kind of floats right here. The rest of the pattern is obviously very simple. Once you get the center put together, you're just going to put some side borders on. You're going to put the top and the bottom on after putting the corners on. Again, side borders, top and bottom. And voila, your quilt is finished. If you want to see some beautiful machine quilting, hand machine quilting, Wendy quilted this, and when you can see it up close, the quilting is actually phenomenal. So that's the demonstration for today, which is fairly short, but as you can see, it's a pretty simple pattern and makes a beautiful wall hanging. And this is actually the Lancaster fabric series that we have here at the shop. So because the demonstration was so short today, the other thing I would recommend, because you're cutting a lot of angles on this pattern with this fabric, I recommend that you best press the fabric before you do your cutting. Best press is actually, it's a starch and a stabilizer or a sizing. And we do sell it here at the shop, obviously, in 3 different sizes. This is the size that has the squirt handle feature on it. And then we have 2 different size refills. This refill is the smaller one, and then we have the gallon size refill. So, and if you don't own Best Press or you haven't used it yet, I really recommend you try it. Especially when you're cutting angles on your fabric and cutting on the bias, it really does help to stabilize the fabric. A couple other things that we're featuring in this month's Pin Club demonstration, we have some new fabric. For those of you who are making anything for nurses or healthcare workers, the bottom one has nurse on it and RN. This one here has a stethoscope and a blood pressure cuff. Here we have nurses care, RNs listen, and then this is the newest one that we just got in, and actually I opened the box today and got it out. It says I heal. It has an RN, some hearts with some band-aids, so some really cute fabric. If you're going to be making anything for your nursing friends that are on the front lines during this time. Some other things that we got in. This is a new panel that just came in. It says, all you need is love and a dog. We also got a number of coordinating fabrics to go with this. And if you stay tuned this week to Facebook, you are actually going to see some of the fabrics and things that Wendy purchased with these panels that came into the store. This is a new one for fall. It's called Harvest Time. And we do have patterns for all these also. So this is called Harvest Time. And again, we have the coordinating fabrics to go with this. And last but not least, we have Winter Companion. And we got some, I don't want to hold it upside down. We got some really cute, some bears and deer and chickadees and some raccoons. I see some wolves. So this is just a really cute new pattern, new fabric that we had got in for winter. And again, stay tuned this week on Facebook for some, to see the coordinating fabrics that go with it. Also, this week, we're going to feature 2 used sewing machines that we have here at the shop. The first is a Janome 9900 machine. It is actually an embroidery and a sewing machine. It is only 2 years old, and you can see all the accessories that come with it that are available that would be sold with it. The other machine that we have for sale, the used machine, it's actually a Brother NX 2000 Laura Ashley machine. This is Wendy's old machine that she is sewing. So we all know how well taken care of this machine is. It comes with the extension table, a 2-toe case, and every optional foot that was made for this machine. So if you're interested in either of the used machines, or obviously any new machines of the Janomes we have, you're welcome to call the shop, look online, and Wendy would be happy to help you. And last but not least, for this month's demonstration, and of course we have the patterns, we have kits for the demonstration, we have the rulers available if you just want the ruler. So just call the shop, and we call or go online. We'll be happy to ship out whatever it is you need. For the Pin Club drawing this month, Wendy actually put in the names of anyone who made a purchase at the shop during the past month. So even if you weren't in the shop and she shipped you an order, you did get your name in the drawing. And so this month's drawing, we have some little cutting things. We have got some scissors. We have a rotary cutter. These were the little 1/4-inch ruler markers that I featured last month. And we also have a little travel size, or maybe a class size cutting mat that actually rotates, that you can take to class with you, or just use right at your sewing machine when you're making smaller pieces. So this month, our Pin Club winner is Dale Moon.
Which would be Deborah.
That's Deborah Moon's husband. Yeah. So thank you once again for tuning in to this version of Pin Club Saturday at the Sewing Box Quilt Shop, and happy sewing and stay healthy.